Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Game 4 on deck here, waiting for the stream to get started on ESPN. How's everyone doing today? I do have unfortunate, pretty much breaking news at this point. No Arturi Lehkonen or Sam Malinski tonight. We will have Kiviranta and Manson. They are playing. But Lehkonen and Malinski are both out with upper body injuries. I do not know what happened. News broke on Twitter about 30 minutes ago. So that's obviously a big blow to the Avs offense, specifically with how well Malinski's been playing recently. And Lehkonen, of course, being that guy on the first and second line, kind of switching in there. Right now, it looks like Ross Colton is going to get moved up to the second line. Nichushkin on the third line with Kadri and O'Connor. That's going to be an interesting line going forward. Colton, Nelson, and Waugh on the second line. So it looks like Nichushkin got moved down. O'Connor got moved up. Kiviranta is in on the fourth line. Colton and Waugh on that second line. Landeskog, MacKinnon, and Necas on the top line. So we might see some interesting mix-ups throughout the game today based on what works. So heartbreaking news to start already. Don't love that. How's everyone feeling about the game today? Do we have any predictions? ESPN does not want to start their broadcast just yet, apparently. Yep. No Lehkonen or Malinski. It is absolutely devastating, in my opinion. Lehkonen is one guy that we definitely need on this team. I know he hasn't been like the 30 goal scorer that he has been. Like last season, I think he got to 30 goals. He was up there. But he's definitely someone that we need on this team for the postseason. He's kind of a glue guy. There's a couple of glue guys on this team. And of course, there's our star players. But a glue guy like Landeskog or Logan O'Connor or Arturi Lehkonen, those are glue guys. And he's a big glue guy. Three two Avs. I'd love if it was that low scoring. Trying to get the stream to start right now. The only stream that's working is the Spanish stream. Love that. There we go. Looks like we got it going now. So yeah, already got a leg knocked down a peg before the start of the game. We will have Mackenzie Blackwood in net today too. So big lineup mix up today. It's kind of interesting that Lehkonen and Malinski are not playing because they both were at morning skate this morning. I am trying to find the source of what exactly happened, but no one seems to really know. Avs a lot, Mini not so much. I appreciate that mindset. That's exactly what I'm looking for. That. All right. So everyone's starting to flood in. Avs are looking for this is probably going to be a bumpy game. We've got a lot. Oh, and one other thing is Sean is in instead of Blankenberg. So we have a Sean on the third pair with Brent Birds instead of Blankenberg. And Manson is on that second line with Brett Kulak. So Changes everywhere. Even the top line is Landeskog and Necas instead of MacKinnon and Necas usually. So every line got mixed up today. Everything's going to be different. I feel like there might be some period of uncomfortable play from... Honestly, the Avs might be really uncomfortable to start this game. That's what I'm seeing. Depends if they're able to solve Wallstedt early on or not. Still not seeing anything on exactly what happened. They both seem pretty fine this morning at practice, but they are both out for this one. Interesting that we never even got an inkling of what was happening earlier on, so I guess it's a good thing considering Bednar does not like to leak any information about the team, so Minnesota may not be prepared for who we got in. So, Ashawn and Manson are on the third pair. Kulak and Burns are on the second pair. Forgive me for the mistake earlier. Yeah, I really hope they do come to play as well. The last game, if the whole last game was 5-on-5, the game would have been fine. But anytime there was some sort of tip in the ice towards Minnesota's advantage, it did not go well. So, start sending your predictions in the chat. If you haven't already. So the series is 2-1. We got a bit of a series now. If the Avs do not take this game, we've got a serious series going forward. After this, 2 more games in Colorado. Hopefully Colorado can go and win those, but if not, we really need to steal one on the road here. Yeah, hopefully the involvement of the refs in this game is not a big deal. I will try to be a little bit better today about updating the scoreboard on the time. I know I haven't been great on it in the past. Just waiting right now for National Anthem to go. I will keep an eye out on updates, and if you see any updates that I don't see, since I will be watching and semi-commentating the game, please let me know in the chat. I will definitely say something about it on the stream. So 3-1 lead here. 3-1 lead after this game would be huge. Minnesota still does not have Eriksson, Ek, or Brodin. The Avs really need to take advantage of that as long or as quick as they can before they get either one, if not both of those guys back. Because Eriksson, Ek will fill out the middle slot of all the forward groups for Minnesota, and that would be just that would definitely even out the series a little more when it comes to power. But I believe the series has already been pretty evened out to the fact that Lehkonen and Malinsky are now not playing. Looks like we are about to kick things off now. The national anthem is finished, just waiting at this point for them to drop the puck. And yes, I am back in my studio. I got the internet connection fixed and everything, so you cannot blame me anymore due to my location this time. Minnesota fans sure have packed the stadium. Alrighty, looks like we're about to get this show on the road. Mackenzie Blackwood in net, 904 save percentage on the season, 2.5 goals against average, 12 losses total on the season, and 3 shutouts. Still did really well. I know Wedgwood definitely brought up the expectation on how good our goalies should be, but he still was a very solid goaltender. So Blackwood making his first start. He actually did really good in relief in the last game. And the puck has been dropped. Face-off 1 back to the Minnesota zone. They have it. Brock Faber behind the net. Minnesota tries to pass it up, deflected into the middle, taken over by Devon Toews, but turned over at the blue line by Martin Necas. Kirill Kaprizov breaks it out to the outside to Faber, crosses the blue line. Sends it down deep. And the Avs take over. MacKinnon skating it up ice, kind of trying to make it an odd man rush, but skated too fast and is offsides. I sold the last game. I'm so sorry about that. If you could control the internet at my place, or if I could control the internet at my place, I totally would have done the stream here. Or maybe I shouldn't have just streamed it all, but that wasn't in the cards. Avs win the faceoff after the offside, but it is sent all the way back to the zone, played by Blackwood and recovered by Brent Burns. He passes the puck up ice. Tried to fling it in deep, but it is off a Minnesota player, and it is offsides again. Now we got pushing and shoving going early between Nelson and I can't see who that is. Boldy on Minnesota. Colton doesn't have a lid. Yeah, Boldy tried to send Nelson into the bench right into Gustafsson. All the Avs players came and had his back. Penalties are being called. 2 minutes each for roughing. It looks like it's Ross, Colton, and can't tell who the other one is. Looks like the officials are trying to get a hold on the scrums early. I don't know who number 22 is Urov on Minnesota. Yeah, it looks like they're switching between HBO and ESPN for each game. I can't tell for sure if that's what's happening, but that's what it seems to be doing. We at least got Eric Johnson today. I think he's between the benches. If he's not between the benches, he's at least color commentating. Kaprizov skates it in, drops it to Boldy. Tried to find a cutter on an open lane. They got the deflection. Couldn't tell if it missed wide or if Blackwood got a stick on it. Avs skated up. Here comes MacKinnon. Necas in the middle. Drops it to Necas. Necas tries to go across to Brent Burns, but Brent Burns is... the pass is blocked by Quinn Hughes. And Quinn Hughes skates behind the net to start a breakout for the Wild. Quinn Hughes backhands it up ice to Johansson. Out to the top to Boldy. Poked out by Devon Toews. Devon Toews loses the puck, but is able to recover and get it out to Spurgeon. Johansson skates it up. 2-on-2 chance for the Wild. Cale Makar pushing him to the boards. Sends it down deep. Devon Toews is hounding Zuccarello, it looks like. Nichushkin skates up ice. Floats one over to Makar. Tried to do a centering pass to Nichushkin, but Nichushkin wipes out. We've got Manson and Cale Makar now back there. Manson finds Cale. I believe that's Kadri skating up. Kadri gets out to the side, takes a shot from a weird angle. Not a lot of power on it, and it is saved by Wallstedt. That looks like it is the first shot on goal in the game. And those of you that know, the scoreboard does in fact say 1738. For those of you that are of my generation. Avs win the faceoff. MacKinnon up top. Skates to the middle. Takes a shot from a long distance. Doesn't make it through. Nelson drops it off to MacKinnon. Landeskog is dropped down pretty close to the net. Tried to do a centering pass to Taze. Interesting with Taze being right in front of the net there. But the puck is deflected away. Minnesota crosses the blue line. We are back at 5-on-5. Pass across to Quinn Hughes. Misses. Nelson breaks it out. Incoming is Ross Colton. Everyone goes for a change, so it's just Colton and 5 Wild players. And the Wild got it and turned it over, and then they dump it out of the zone. Kaprizov had an opportunity down the ice, but was dumped down low. Pass up is deflected in. Collision between Ashan and Tarasenko. Upcoming is Kelly and Drury. Kelly gets knocked down. Drury up against the boards. Kiviranta up against the boards now with McCarron. Tried to get the puck out to Kelly. Kelly overskates it. And Minnesota gets it back. The Avs tried to push forward. Almost had a breakout pass to Kiviranta, but the pass just bounced off the boards just ahead. Now we've got an icing. 16:07 on the clock. Good physical hockey so far. Not really an advantage in either team's way at this point. Kadri versus McCarron in the face-off circle. McCarron wins it. Logan O'Connor chases. Logan O'Connor and Nichushkin on the same line might be a pretty underrated line. A couple of heavy hitters that have some... You've got a guy who's got a lot of offensive power and then a guy who's got a lot of offensive speed. Nichushkin has the puck blocked in front. It was bouncing kind of weird in front of Wallstedt. Kadri gets a hit on somebody, but Avs recover, try to take a shot. It goes a little wide. Poked back in by Kulak. O'Connor behind the net. Puck is tipped out to Nico Sturm, and the Wild get it out the zone. Nico Sturm finds Foligno. Shot on goal is glove saved by Blackwood. So that's the Wild's first shot on goal. We're at 15-17. This game might be a little tighter than the ones that we've been seeing lately. Wild win the face-off. Shot from the point goes wide. Kaprizov down low. MacKinnon gets it behind the net. Tries to flick it out. Minnesota gets it. But slaps it all the way around the boards. Necas attacks Quinn Hughes, trying to get the puck. We got Landeskog and Necas on Zuccarello, but they're unable to come up with the puck. Puck is flicked all the way out, and for an icing. So only 2-1 shots, 5 minutes in. Minnesota's got to be really happy with how they played in the last game. Avs have got to be upset. There was an Avs player that, or not Avs, there was a Wild player that went and down the locker room who just came back out. I think that's Bogosian. Avs face off in the Minnesota zone. Nelson taking the face off. He wins it. Taves to MacKinnon. MacKinnon takes a kind of a weird shot on net. It gets blocked in front by Nelson. Avs get a breakout pass to Necas. It's one-on-one. Necas and Hughes. Necas gets a shot right on the shoulder of Wallstedt. And then Avs pass it, and it breaks out of the zone. Avs rushing back up again. Here comes MacKinnon. MacKinnon takes a low shot on Wallstedt. Kicked out wide. And Minnesota recovers and is able to clear it. That was the best chance by the Avs so far. What's up, Mark? Yep, good to see Blackwood in tonight. I think he's been hungry to get in on the action, and hopefully him being hungry to get in on it will come to show that he is ready. What could be better than one playoff-ready goaltender than having a pair of them? My favorite thing I saw was, oh, the puck squeaked behind Wallstedt, but went across the crease. Avs pinned it low, but it is flipped out. It goes off of Kulak's noggin. Pass out to Kadri. Kadri flicks it in. Waugh gives chase. Pass back around and turned over. Kadri picks it up. Tries to take a shot on goal, but misses by about 30 feet. Minnesota takes it out now. Middleton skating up with it. That is way off sides. Yes, it's a good problem to have two good goaltenders in the playoffs. Yeah, the puck went between the goalie's legs, and he kicked it out to the side. 13:24 remaining in the first period. There's a different vibe to the game, but we also are really concerned about Lehkonen and Malinsky being out for this one. Glad we were able to get Manson and Kiviranta back, and we've got Ashawn in instead of Blankenberg tonight. Those of you who are just joining, we did have a bunch of injury reports early on in the game that we didn't fully know about early on. But it's okay. Avs have come to play. We've got a lot of changes to the lineup. We've got Landeskog on the top line with Necas and MacKinnon. We've got a second line with Ross Colton and Nick Waugh alongside Brock Nelson. We got Nichushkin and O'Connor on that third line with Kadri, and then with Jack Drury on the fourth line is Parker Kelly and Kiviranta. I think if we're going to win this game, we need to see something out of that fourth line, and specifically see something out of Parker Kelly. Parker Kelly, who has been held scoreless so far this postseason, I feel like will be a big key to this game if he can get going. Another big key would be Brock Nelson. I have been saying it time and time again. Brock Nelson needs to get it rolling. We have gone too long with him not showing up in the playoffs. He has 14 games. I think this is his 15th game with the Avs, and he has yet to have a goal against a goaltender. First goal is going to be huge. Yeah, it really is. It'll really tilt the ice one way or the other, depending on who gets it. Calling it now, Nichushkin and Nelson will score. I love the manifestation. I'd love to see it. Both guys that really need it. And both guys that we know that can. Flip into Kiviranta. Kiviranta beats the icing. Puck pushed up along the boards. Picked up by Kiviranta. Flicked out up top. Shot taken by Manson. Kick saved out all the way down to the Avalanche zone. Manson skating with the puck. Able to flick it out. Takes a hit from McCarron. Here comes Kulak with a shot on net, and it is deflected high and into the net. McCarron skating after Manson with a vendetta. Trying to call for a cross-check from Manson. Yeah, 3-1 is a lot different than 2-on-2. McCarron looks to make a reaction to Manson holding on to him. Manson does give him a little bit of a jab with the butt end of the stick, but that's a real big acting job by McCarron right there. Well, I'm not loving hearing this. They're calling it a major penalty. Or calling it a major penalty to review it. It doesn't look too egregious. For the way that he acted, it looked like you could give an embellishment for that acting performance. That had maybe the force of a 2-year-old's punch. The Minnesota Wild have done a lot of whipping their head back and a lot of flopping is what it seems like. I'm not loving this. I mean, that's the weakest jab I've ever seen. He's also holding him, not giving him a chance to get up. They're going to take a minute with this one. One thing I don't like about hockey is the review time on everything. Well, the one thing I don't like about this one is they didn't really do anything until after the play stopped. And then they waited to hear McCarron complain about it, and then they called a major penalty. I don't like that the complaining from his flop called something. I mean, there's no doubt that he kind of jabs him with his stick, but I think he maybe brushes the side of his cheek. He doesn't hit him hard. And yeah, he is just getting up. He can't get up with how he's hugging him. Yeah, I feel like penalties should be called if there's penalties, not if you're trying to even out the calls in the game. Call is coming out. I was not able to hear what they said. Thank you. Thank you. They called it a 4-minute double minor. I don't know what the double minor is for.
Yeah, Bob, the best I can guess on this one here, there is a double minor for butt ending, and that's for an attempted butt end. So if they couldn't determine absolute certainty that the stick got him, it was the motion itself would earn you a double minor for an attempted butt end.
Well, apparently, according to the ESPN rules analyst, attempting to hit someone with the butt end of the stick is a 4-minute penalty regardless of if you make contact or not. So Minnesota will have 4 minutes on the power play. Lovely. And exactly what I said about the last game. Minnesota won the game in the last game due to having the man advantage. The Avs needed to keep this even strength. That's not a good start. I know Manson is prone to taking a penalty or two, but that's a bit egregious. Minnesota turns it over. Cale Makar has the puck. Whips it around. Bounces off the wall. Takes a weird hop. Avs are able to recover and send it all the way out. On net as well, so there's a shot on goal for you. 30 seconds off the 4 minutes. Avs get a turnover. O'Connor trying to skate with Hughes, but he does not beat him to the other side of the ice. Shots on goal are 7-1 for the Avs. Minnesota trying to skate up with the puck. Another deflection at the blue line. Instead, they come out with a nifty tic-tac-toe play. Logan O'Connor trying to skate up. Zuccarello cuts off the inside lane for him to take it. Minute and 10 into this 4-minute power play. The top unit will come off. Zuccarello passes it back to Boldy. Boldy from the top unit is still on. Tarasenko is out for the second unit. Avs are whacking at a bouncing puck. Get it out to the point. Not quite out. Parker Kelly tries to make a play on it, but not quite. Minnesota playing catch on the right-hand side of the ice. Yurov has the puck on the right side. Down low to Tarasenko. Outside to Boldy. Boldy at the right circle. Takes a shot on goal. Saved by Blackwood. Goes for the rebound. Misses the pass all the way through, and it goes all the way down the ice. So the first half of the penalty is down. Minute 55 remaining. Shorthanded goal incoming. Let's get that evened up call. I'd love that. I'd love that combo. The way that they're going to call that is they're going to give the Avs a benefit of the doubt on a high sticking at some point, if that's the case. Or just call a couple penalties in the future. Brock Faber skating up top. Tarasenko out. Faber with a slapper from the top, and it's deflected in. Minnesota Wild have scored to make it 1-0. 10-14 remaining in the first period. The penalty does, in fact, bite the Avs on the butt. Yurov with a good screen right there. Minnesota with just a good set play with a slapper open in front, deflected by Yurov past Blackwood. Not much Blackwood could do about that one. Avs kind of opened up a hole in the middle just so there wasn't a lot of bodies in front of Blackwood apart from Yurov. I know they're focusing on the outside, but you need to kind of clog up that middle area so a puck does not get through. Good news is the 4-minute power play is done. The Avs, who were dominating the whole period. Here comes Landeskog on a one-handed attempt. Takes a one-handed shot on net, but loses it. Landeskog up against the boards. Passes out to MacKinnon. Tried to do a one-timer pass to the center of the ice, but it is deflected out. No, the power play is over. Logan O'Connor chops the puck into the zone. Wallstedt turns it over to Nichushkin. Kadri gets it out to the point. Sean to Manson. Manson takes a shot. right into the chest of Wallstedt. A lot of talking between the two teams after the game. Penalty was BS, but we can't blame the refs for messing up. So it looks like we are going to commercial break. Really need the Avs to bounce back quick here. I know they're playing with a lot of lines they're not used to, but they need to get over that, get some clean shots and some good looks on Wallstedt. They have not gotten a good look on Wallstedt in what feels like an entire game and a half. Wallstedt's been holding it down. They got 8 on him in the first one. They need to do something like that again. How's that not holding? I didn't entirely see. I'm guessing you're talking about when Landeskog was one-on-one with Faber. Looked like it could have possibly been something of that nature. $9:15 remaining in the first period. Shots on goal are 9-3. So the Avs did a good job of keeping the puck off net for the most part. Yep, Urov just got the deflection while tied up with Kulak. Had his full stick free. Got it right on that puck and in. Here come the Avs with the face-off in the offensive zone. Hopefully they can make a play out of this. Make this a game. They're supposed to be the 5-on-5 team. Let's show it. Nick Waugh is kicked out of the face-off. Kadri will take over. That is the Minnesota Wild's 3rd deflection goal in the last 2 games. It really feels like it. It really feels like that's the only way they're getting goals right now is deflections and bad bounces. Minnesota has the puck deep in the Avs zone. Avs are able to get it out. Nichushkin flips it up to himself, caught by Hunt, and passed out by Minnesota. Off of Spurgeon's foot and whipped all the way around. But good back check, or good forechecking, my bad, by Nelson, but the Avs turn it over on the pass. Foligno takes it in deep. Kulak pokes it out to Burns, and Burns gets it out to Nichushkin, who clears the zone. Nick Waugh tries to find Kulak, but the puck is just at everyone's feet at center ice. And Brent Burns retrieves it in the Avs zone. Passes up ice. Long shot from a distance by Ross Colton is caught by Wallstedt. $8:14 remaining in the first. Avalanche versus the refs. Nichushkin is moving pretty good right now. Hey, if he hasn't been producing too much so far this postseason, one way to do it is to be busting your butt everywhere you go. Pinned up against the boards is Ross Colton and Logan O'Connor. Nelson gets the puck all the way out to the point. Burns takes a shot on net. It's deflected wide by Colton. McCarron takes a shoulder. The puck is sent all the way out. It looks like it'll be icing. Brent Burns plays a little bit of pick up with that puck. Yeah, we need a like an ugly, grimy goal. I need a goal that's like I'll feel disgusted that it went in. If anyone remembers when we played the Oilers in 2022, the Avs had 2 goals that went off of the Oilers that were like own goals. And they were both from Nichushkin. I need to see something like that. Like a puck that goes in off of Quinn Hughes' leg or something like that. MacKinnon skates the puck up. He's got Landeskog and Necas with him. Landeskog tries to pin it in deep, but it is caught and turned back the other way by Minnesota. Kaprizov loses the puck at the blue line. MacKinnon tries to chip it out to Tays, but Quinn Hughes has it back in the Minnesota zone. Minnesota has it now. Kind of skating back in their own zone with it is Zuccarello. Landeskog is chasing. Favorite backhands it up the ice. Nifty little spin play by Kaprizov. Save by Blackwood and a play to the slot that was fanned on. That could have been dangerous. Vachon with the puck now behind the net. Manson loses his stick. Vachon on Kaprizov. MacKinnon gets the puck back to Vachon. Handcuffs him and turns it over. And the puck is just rolling around. Avs aren't able to get a full stick on it. Manson gets the puck out now. Finds Necas. Necas skating with it. Shot on net. Looked like it was deflected wide by Manson. Kind of a reverse of what you're used to seeing. Necas with the shot from the point and the deflection from Manson. Puck is deflected in the central area and sent out of play. I wouldn't say they're getting outplayed. I'd say Minnesota's only chances have been on the power play. The Avs are completely dominating 5-on-5. Kadri's clincher against St. Louis in round 2 with 2 seconds left. Which clincher are you talking about, Mark? Are you talking about the final game? Because that wasn't Kadri. I don't remember which game Kadri had the clincher on. I know he had the hat trick in game 3 or 4. I think it was 3, because game 4 was when MacKinnon had the hat trick and then we lost it in overtime. So the Avs are playing really good 5-on-5. It's just not going well whenever we're on the penalty kill. Which is crazy because we had one of the best penalty kills in the NHL. I know 4 minutes can kill a team, but really need to get the fundamental parts of the game to start clicking for us. Okay, gotcha. Well, Eric Johnson's interviewing Nazem Kadri right now. Yeah, Manson just got a little frustrated, I guess, and I know he does that from time to time. And I always expect at least 2 minutes out of him in the penalty box or 5 for fighting. But a double minor, that'll kill you. I personally don't have the expertise to know exactly what the ruling should be on the call for the butt end of the stick. What's happening to the Avs? I thought it was Avs in 4. The Avs would have won this in 4. The world would have turned upside down. The Minnesota Wild are a lot better of a team than to lose in 4 games. Cale Makar is getting hooked and pushed around with no help from an official. Makar almost had his helmet knocked off by Yurov. Minnesota controlling the puck. Hughes and Boldy collide into each other at the top of the zone. Puck tried to be centered by the Wild, and it is sent out by the Avs. Avs look to get a change. A lot of tired players. Puck is iced now. Malinsky being out is a big deal, yeah. If Manson wasn't back, we were looking at a possible Ashawn and Blankenberg third pair, and I don't know how I feel about that. If that defensive pairing was ever out with the top line of Minnesota, I'd instantly be holding on to my seat thinking that we're about to give up a goal. Just under 5 minutes left. Avs with the face-off, and they lose it to Wallstedt. Wallstedt bumps it out the zone. Hughes knocked down behind the net, absolutely bodied. And the puck is cleared. Burns slaps it up. And Minnesota will recover and dish it out. Slapped out by the Avs. Puck is just skating around center ice right now. Minnesota, whenever they're not on the power play, Minnesota is having a rough time getting entry into the Avs zone. That is what I love to see. And I think I just saw that the Avs are leading the Wild in hits 10-5, which is also another beautiful thing to see after the last few games. That looks like an offsides play right there. And it is 4:08 remaining in the first period. Minnesota leads 1-0 with 4 minutes remaining in the first period. Avs got a long way to bounce back right now. They really need to get some consistent offensive pressure like they had been in games 1 and 2. They have not really had a good look. Puck sent in deep by the Wild. Here comes Hartman. Knocked out of the air by Landeskog and dished out to Tays. Here comes Necas down the right side. Spins around Hughes, takes a weird angle shot on goal, looking for a deflection from Landeskog. Makar was way back there as he probably just came on the ice from the bench. Pass up to MacKinnon. Here comes Necas down the side. Makar down below the goal line. Pinches it up to the point, and Necas wasn't all the way in the right spot, so he loses it out the zone. Landeskog comes out, and the Avs regroup. Unfortunate we didn't really get any good chances going on right there. Logan O'Connor down deep. Good play against the boards to get it out to the top. Sean takes a puck on net. And Kadri tries to do a between-the-legs shot. Puck was played with a high stick, apparently. So the play is called dead. 3:02 remaining in the first period. Shots on goal are 10-4 for the Avs. Avs just had a too many men on the ice penalty that they luckily avoided. The refs giveth and the refs taketh away. Wallstedt playing the puck behind the net around the boards. Hit from behind by Ashawn. Ashawn's stick breaks. Parker Kelly loses his stick. Foligno up against the boards, dishes it down deep and around the boards. Hunt got pinned against the boards. Sturm down low. Jack Drury comes up with it behind Blackwood. Tries to backhand it up the boards, but loses it. And he regains possession. Flicks it up. Has Manson with Parker Kelly and Kiviranta. But Kiviranta comes down the boards. Whipped around the boards into a pile of broken sticks. Avs lose the puck out of the zone, but Kulak resets as we get the next line of skaters coming up. Here comes MacKinnon. Tries to dish out to Landeskog, but the puck is intercepted by Trennan. Burns gets a hit to Number 40, is that? That's not Hughes. Who's number 40, 47? McCarron. Puck pops three. Pops free. Burns with a kind of dangerous slot pass. Not really aware of the situation there by Burns. It kind of sends the puck in the middle of the ice. Here comes Minnesota. Tries to pass it up, but deflected. Avs take over. Avs flick it up to the Minnesota zone. Minnesota tries to pass it in deep again. Here comes Boldy entering the Avs zone. Backhands it in deep. There's Urov and Johansson. Passes out to Hughes. And Faber up top. Kulak fans on it, and Blackwood covers on the rebound off the boards. Just 1 minute remaining in the first period. Burns just looks like he can't keep up. I know both of these teams have some really fast skaters. Brent Burns really cannot be out there when Kaprizov and Hughes are on the ice. Avs home jersey's nicest in hockey. Maybe Blackhawks are better, but it's close. I'm going to disagree with you that the Blackhawks could be better. I think they have the nicest, cleanest jersey and logo combination. I think the burgundy and blue with the white goes really well. I don't mind the Blackhawks jersey at all. I just personally don't like the Blackhawks. Puck goes off Nelson's stick. Nelson gets it out. Colton is forechecking. 30 seconds remaining in the period. Minnesota just kind of playing catch in their own zone right now. Puck is whipped around by Minnesota. Kulak has the puck. Passes it to the middle. Here comes MacKinnon. MacKinnon stops and starts skating. Passes back. Trying to start a semi-breakout. And there is offsides on the Avs. 9 seconds remaining in the first period. I don't know why the Avs are so stagnant on the offense. The Avs are getting quantity on net. They're getting shots on net. They're not getting good shots on net. We're not seeing any good one-timers, any breakaways, any odd rushes, just nothing. Minnesota takes a slap shot on net to end the period. That is the end of the first period. Minnesota is up 1-0 after 1 on the 4-minute power play. Yeah, there were a couple times I thought a penalty could have been called on Minnesota there. Avs will win 4-2. Mark it down. Since Avs get one, they will get multiple. Just watch. Yep. I'm really hoping what they really need to do just in the first place is they need to win this second period. If they win this second period, I feel fully confident they can win the game. They need to stop giving up opportunities to where the Wild can get on the power play. Because the Wild, despite their team being injured and not having Eriksson Ek on that power play, they are still pretty dangerous. Especially when you're given 4 minutes. That's 4 minutes where the Avs are not able to generate any offense because they are down a guy. I got PK Subban in the studio talking to one of the Wild players, Michael McCarron. So the Wild are 4 for 30 on the power play in their first 8 games of the postseason and 3 for 4 in the last 2 games. The Avs penalty kill needs to step it up. It's just, that's the bottom line of it. You really could. You really could. I need to see more production from the bottom lines for the Avs because it feels like if MacKinnon and Necas aren't on the ice, there is nothing going. Only person that looks like from the next 3 lines that looks like they're getting anything going is Nichushkin with just his pure grit and getting into the zone. His skill needs to rub off on the other players. The other players need to follow suit. Yeah. When they give him 4 minutes, it's really hard. I mean, what were the Avs supposed to do? 4 minutes on the power play. Such a momentum swing. And that it was ridiculously long review process for that sort of result. The Minnesota Wild had 2 shots on goal 5-on-5, but are losing 1-0 because of power play. Someone needs to do something. Yeah, Brock Nelson would be the person that I need to do something. Minnesota Wild lucky. The Avalanche are starting the game off slow. That's why the Minnesota Wild get a lucky 1-goal lead. It feels like if we're not at home, we start the game slow. When we were playing against LA on the road, all those games started off slow too. Just not a great showing right now for the Avs, at least production-wise. Martin Necas needs to shoot the dang puck. I'm sick of watching him pass up on a prime shooting opportunity to try to pass it to the slot for something that would be a little more open, but he's got to get it through a Minnesota stick. The Minnesota stick is going to deflect the puck, and it's not going to be clean. He needs to take the shot when he's got to look. I'm sick of him passing it up. I know you're always supposed to look for the more open guy, but he needs to get a shot on goal from a prime shooting position, which he has loads of from time to time. He really has the opportunity to do something. Yeah, they better be mad in the next period. I'm pissed off. Avs better take control too. I'm livid with this team. 1 goal in the last 4 periods is driving me nuts. Yeah, if you can't tell, I'm pretty upset right now. This is a poor showing from the team. They are passing up on opportunities, trying to get cute with it. Feels like half the team is giving a crap. I know the whole team cares. I mean, I'm not going to tell a professional hockey player that he doesn't care because I know they do. But it feels like some of them aren't skating with enough anger. In the playoffs, you need to be angry. You need to hit somebody. You need to always be thinking, I'm going to go score this puck. And if I miss or if I don't score this puck, I'm going to go hit somebody. Go hit somebody. Martin Necas, I think, has the most talented shot on the team. I don't know. He picks a lot of corners. Usually, whenever we're down in games, he's the person that gets us back. So I just got word from the broadcast that the interview with McCarron called Manson a dirty player. Crazy talk from someone who flopped on getting brushed on the cheek from the end of the stick. Well, this is the series they would want going 7 games if it does go 7. They've got to keep the second round going so the Carolina Hurricanes get their full 2 weeks off. Feels like to me that the Avs need to absolutely start hitting with some conviction. Here, what I want y'all to do in the chat, I want y'all to tell me who on the Minnesota Wild you would like to see get in a fight with Josh Manson. Me personally, I'd love to see Josh Manson knock the lid off of McCarron. Because I'm sick of watching the Wild flop. If they want to flop, put them in a fight. See what they do there. Yes, Patrick Waugh was the GOAT, but he also had the tendency to scare the crap out of people. He'd have games where he'd have a shutout on 40 saves, and then he'd give up 6 goals on 15 shots. But yes, he is one of the greatest of all time. I won't doubt that. What a dumb penalty to give up a goal, man. Yeah. They like having them a Southern team in the chase. Yep. Yeah, Patrick Waugh would fight. Goalie fights were so much more common back then. We've seen more goalie fights this season than we'd seen in like the last 15 years prior. Remember when you were 10 on the Devils versus Avs Stanley Cup? It was great. Joey Sakic. I love Joe Sakic. Fun fact, when the Avs played the Devils in the Stanley Cup, I was not alive yet. I'm that much of a youngin'. I was not even born yet. I've only been alive for the 2022 championship. But you bet that I've been following this team even through those horrible late 2000s, early 2010s years. Hard to type and play Diablo. Nice. I haven't played that one. Is that a good one? I don't play a lot of single player games, so I'm really trying to find a new hobby to do that. I just play like a typical sports loving nerd. I just play all the sports video games. Yeah, it's a good one. Okay, bet. But yeah, I just play NHL, MLB, NBA, Madden. Couple shooters, play some FIFA. Anything with a multiplayer mode. Looks like we've got just over 5 minutes remaining. Regardless how this game goes, I think this series is in for a pretty nice finish. Same for you, no NBA or soccer. Okay. "35 and a Flyers fan my whole life. Not fun. Philly fans are crazy though." Any Philly team is like all those fans terrify me. It doesn't matter if it's the Eagles, the Phillies, the Flyers, or the 76ers. Diablo is made for co-op. Okay, cool. I'll definitely check that out then. Get one of my buddies to play with me. Yeah, they just showed on ESPN what McCarron said during his interview in intermission. Said that Manson has been a dirty player and always has been. I would be fired up if I'm an Avs player right now. I'd be absolutely livid. Yeah, I don't know why that's the case either. Which is the crazy thing is that we were the best road team in the NHL. This postseason, we're 2-1 on the road so far this postseason, but I'd like to see a little bit more fire from the guys on the road. Yeah, Eagles have won 2 Super Bowls in the last 5 years. Yeah. That first one against the Patriots, that's got to be my favorite Super Bowl of all time. Well, apart from the Broncos ones, of course. I was only alive for one Broncos one as well. Super Bowl 50. And I'm a firm believer that if Bo Nix did not get injured at the end of the Buffalo Bills game, I think the Broncos could have gone to the Super Bowl and if not gone, won it. Because if the Broncos had any sort of offense against the Patriots in the championship game, they would have beat them. Avs gonna come out hot. They freaking better. I guess I watched too much Shorzy for my own good because I'm like, go take a run at a guy. But you can't do that in the NHL. Refs hate Avs come playoff season. I feel like the relationship is mutual. They both hate each other. All right, intermission is wrapping up. Make sure you get yourself a snack, go to the bathroom, and get ready for the second period. Yeah, they tried taking Makar out first game. He got that hip injury, and then I don't know if you saw earlier, but they got tangled up with Makar. Makar almost threw a punch. Avs need something to change the momentum. I never want to see one of our top guys going into a fight because then that's 5 minutes plus that we don't have one of our top players on the ice. Why not one of our third or fourth line wingers or defensemen just go toe to toe with a guy so that just pisses him off? Oh, don't have ESPN, only HBO. Sorry to hear that. All right, we are starting to come back from intermission. Players are starting to take the ice. Looking for a strong comeback period for the Avs. It's only 1-0. Nothing's over. Yeah, Avs power play has been great. I don't know if it's from the help from Minnesota not being great on the penalty kill, but the Avs power play has been pretty good, especially this series. Right. No double money. Yeah, I feel like when you're putting money on a game, it feels almost criminal that they like announce an injury the second before the game starts. Because sometimes you feel like you wouldn't put that kind of money on the game tonight if you knew about that injury. Face-off is won. Dumped in deep by the Avs. If that's true, Mark, then you are way ahead of me. Let me check if my stream is behind. My stream said it's caught up. I haven't seen anything yet. Shot on goal is shot wide by Nelson. Here comes Necas. Burns shot from the point, goes wide. Puck is whipped forward by Hartman. Incoming Kaprizov takes a shot, goes wide. That was a suggestion. I thought you were like, I was looking out for it. I was like, oh, there was a fight? What? I don't think Kadri's gonna fight with that partially broken hand he has. Avs get the puck to the point. Here comes Taves with a shot from deep. Not a lot of traffic in front of Wallstedt's eyes. He makes the save, and the Wild get it out the zone. Brock Nelson can't find anything right now. I need him to figure it out. Well, big miscommunication there. Two Avs let it go right past him, and Makar lets it go right past him at the point. So Avs collect the puck in their own end. Shots on goal are 11-4 for Colorado. Taves whips it around the board. Turned over, and not a great pass by Kadri, but the Avs maintain possession. Kadri tried to take a centering pass, and it trickles just wide in front of the net. Makar passes up to Kadri. Finds O'Connor, who actually found Parker Kelly on the outside somehow. The broken sticks go flying. Logan O'Connor skating around with it, passes it back to Makar. Makar down low to Kadri. Whips it across. Penalty coming up on Minnesota. Parker Kelly is down a little bit. Oh, he is hurting. There's a battle in front of the net, but Bogosian gets the penalty. So the Avs have an opportunity. They have the man advantage for once. See if they can get anything going. Top line will be out. Avs are at 40% on the power play for this series. Let's keep it going. Avs lose the face-off, and it is cleared by Minnesota. Here comes Necas skating up the ice. Gets it in the zone. To the middle to Makar. Makar gets it out to Kadri. Makar in the middle. Necas on the outside. Down low to MacKinnon. Back out to Necas. Makar up top to Kadri. Tried to do an area pass to, I don't know who, but the deflection actually kept it in. Tried to do the bumper pass from MacKinnon to Landeskog. Goes wide. Kadri back to Makar. Necas on the outside. Makar up top. Kadri down low to Landeskog. Back to Kadri. Little one-touch pass for a MacKinnon one-timer is deflected out of play. 1 minute and 3 seconds remaining on the power play. I like the setup they have going, but I would like to see more shots on net. The shot from Landeskog in the slot on the bumper pass was great, but it was deflected off the stick of Hunt and wide. Avs win the face-off all the way out to Kadri, pinned up against the boards, and loses it. And it is skated out by Middleton. They find Nico Sturm, and they whip it all the way back to their own zone and are now trying to kill time as they slap it all the way down the ice. Makar with it back in their own zone. Necas skating back up with it. Finds MacKinnon. MacKinnon enters the zone. Gets it out to the top to Makar. Flicks it all the way out to Kadri. Saucer pass to Makar. Kadri down low. To Landeskog. Back to Kadri. Tried to get MacKinnon in the middle. Not able to get anything on it. Goes wide. Necas with the puck now. Up top to Makar. Makar takes a shot. Saved by Wallset. Rebound by Kadri. Goes wide. Wallset makes a save. Puck is cleared by Minnesota. And the power play is over. Gripping too hard. Just a little bit. Entry in by the Avs. Nichushkin finds Taze as a trailer on the side. Back to Nichushkin. Goes for the one-timer across. And glove saved by Wallset. 14:57 in the first. Just 5 minutes in, shots on goal are 13-4. That was a decent power play opportunity, just nothing really going. Minnesota killed a lot of it when they took possession at the end of the power play, kind of killing the rest of the energy they had going. As when the face-off to Waugh, pass out to the side, right into the chest of Wallset. Yeah, gotta shut up the crowd, gotta kill their momentum. Minnesota has all the momentum in the world right now. The Avs need to get it in the net. Face-off win to Nick Waugh. Nick Waugh stalls a little bit, takes a late shot, and it's still blocked. Tries to do a turnaround shot is Nelson. Nichushkin gets the puck into the corner. Waugh gets it out to the point. Burns with a shot. Kind of pinballing everywhere. Don't know where it is. And Quinn Hughes comes up with it behind the net. Turn it back around. 2-on-1 chance for the Avs. Nichushkin with the shot. And it is saved. He kept it on the ground. Figured he would have tried to pick a corner on Wallstedt, but instead keeps it low, and it is kicked out. 17 shots to 4. Major bouncing puck onto Wallstedt. Surprised he even saw it. Nichushkin tried to kick it to himself and sweep it in. Went off the pad. And then there's the 2-on-1 chance. And he just throws it right into the left blocker. Right under the glove. Wallstedt has been pretty dang good. It's driving me a little nuts. He has 34 consecutive saves going into last game. Avs win the faceoff again. Makar from up top. Off of... Oh, that looks like it should have been a penalty, and it will be. Delay of game penalty on Trennan. Closed hand on the glove when he caught it. Puck has been dancing. I've seen a lot of bounces all over the place in this whole series. Yeah, instead of dropping it right away, he throws it behind him. So the Avs are on the power play. $13:59 remaining in the first period. Well, the first power play, you saw what they were looking like on defense. Now you got to change it up and find the way in. Avs have been dominating overall offensively. It's no doubt. It's just that one power play that gave them all the momentum they needed to get that goal. So here's the breakdown on the differences so far. Penalty minutes are even at 6 and 6. Avs are about to get their second power play opportunity, as the Wild have technically had to with that 4-minute power play. Shots on goal are 17-14 for the Avs. Hits are 17-14 in favor of the Avs, so that's a good one. Block shots are 13-2 in favor of the Wild. The Avs only blocking 2 shots is not a good look. I mean, I know Minnesota hasn't taken many, but that was also an issue in the last game, is the Avs let a lot of shots on net. There was not a lot of blocks. Avs have 7 giveaways, but they also have 3 takeaways to Minnesota's 0. Yeah. Well, I know the shots are tilted in our favor, but we know exactly what can happen in a low-shooting game. Montreal won with 9 shots on goal the other day. It's not impossible. Power play is about to get started. And it was started during the interview, and Kadri gets one on the power play. The Avs scored and tied it up. I don't understand. Honestly, good for the Avs. I'm pissed at the broadcast. That is awful camera work, awful production work. How do you miss the first 6 seconds of a power play? How in the world do you do that? It's just an interview between Manson and Hughes, or not Manson and Hughes, Eric Johnson and Hughes. The pass is from Necas. Kadri gets his own rebound, finds the open net. Beautiful. TNT's bad about that. So is ESPN. ESPN's just as bad, apparently. I don't care about what Quinn Hughes has to say. I want to watch the hockey game. Holy cow. Avs score, make it 1-1. Avs have the puck now. Landeskog in the neutral zone. Skating it forward, gets it to MacKinnon down the side. Landeskog up against the wall now. Fighting against Faber. They get the puck out to Boldy, who dishes it up to Johansson. So both teams are now 1 for 2 on the power play. Shows when you even things out, results start to show. We score on every power play. I will never watch on the app again. Right. Well, Kulak just stick lifted Yurov's stick into oblivion. I just saw it fly in front of my face. I think that made it all the way to Texas before it came back to the ground. Puck is being fought for along the walls. Burns recovers in our zone, passes it up, finds Colton on a breakaway. Colton tries to go 5-hole, and the save on the bottom of his pad is Wallstedt. Colton can't freaking buy a goal to save his life. Right. I don't care how the power play was during the regular season, as long as it's good now, which it has been. The power play has really found its spot. 5 for 11, or not 5 for 11, my bad. 5 for 12 in this postseason, which is 37.5. Or that's just this series alone. Shot goes wide by Minnesota. Minnesota now has the puck. Shots on goal are now 20-4. And there is a stoppage in play. I don't know if it was a high stick or out of play. MacKinnon needs to wake up. Yeah. Colton, I need to see him get a goal. He has just been so just snubbed for the longest time. He can't buy one. I think that guy probably has more post hits than McKinnon's has goals, and that's saying something because he had 51, 52 on the season. Wild are taking the puck out. Blackwood plugs it behind the net. Gets it out to the corner. Tarasenko comes up with it. Now McCarron down low. Manson picks up the puck and dishes it out the zone. O'Connor tries to flip it to the middle, gets it to Nichushkin, but he bobbles it, and they are pinned up against the wall in the Minnesota zone. Puck whipped around. Avs recover. Down low is Kadri. Kadri trying to shake a guy. Gets knocked over and loses it in his feet. Drop pass. Tarasenko shot across is blocked by Ashawn. Good play by Ashawn. Manson dishes the puck out one more time. Here comes Landeskog down low. Tries to go one-timer from MacKinnon. Fans on it. Goes wide. Deflected pass in. Here comes MacKinnon. Centering pass. Deflected off of Necas. Goes too far out from Landeskog. Foligno loses the puck and is offsides. 10:22 remaining in the second. Yeah, one shot on goal from MacKinnon is not great. I need to see more out of him. I need to see more from Martin Necas. That's who I need to see more from. Brock Nelson. Nichushkin. I need them to shoot. I need them to each have 5 shots on goal by the end of this game. The Wild get a slapper on net into the chest of Blackwood from center ice. Puck is played out and deflected wide. They call icing on a puck that just made it to the goal line. I'm not sure how I feel about that. But nonetheless, it is icing. Defense has been pretty solid today. But I think the majority of the defense being good has been the fact that the offense is showing up 5-on-5. The big part about the defense is not letting the Wild get set up in the offensive zone. Well, speaking of the offensive zone, Minnesota has a offensive face-off, which they have won. Here's Brock Faber at the top of the circle. Shot on net, goes wide. Blackwood gets a glove on it. It is night and day from last game. I'm seeing a lot more effort from the Avs here. There's our friend Zach Galifianakis, Ryan Hartman. Three shots on the power play for Minnesota. Yeah, so there 4 or 5 shots that they have on goal, or they have 2 of them on 5-on-5. 5-on-5 defense has been fantastic for the Avalanche. Avs win the draw, able to get it out MacKinnon to the outside. Has a step on Faber. His hand... Stick got slashed out of his hands, it looks like. No penalty called. Stick sent, or puck sent in is Boldy. Necas kicks it out to Taves, and here is MacKinnon now. He flips it in deep. Necas wins the race, so there's no icing. Tried to get an outlet pass, misses everybody. No icing. Kulak coming in. O'Connor loses it while stick handling. Minnesota is about to go on the power play for too many men. Or Avs have the penalty for too many men.
Minnesota's going to go on the power play when we return, but Colorado ties the game on the power play.
Well, we need to keep them off the power play, and what do? We put them on one. Great. That's the second time the Avs have been caught with more than 5 people on the ice. It's just the first time they've been called on it. Wolfpack for life. Yup. I love the reference. 9:12 remaining in the second. This feels like the Blues series from years past. Shots on goal are currently 20-4. The Wild only having 2 5-on-5 shots on goal. I need them to prevent the Wild from getting any shots on goal this power play. Ross Colton's the guy they send for too many men. Yeah, the too many men shirt from Kadri. Yeah, Makar just lackadaisically making it to the bench as Burns is trying to get on. Here comes Minnesota's power play. Has proven deadly so far this series. They are 3 for their last 4. Avs need a big kill here. My sister actually knows the person who designed the Kadri shirt. Burns tries to clear it, but is unable to do so. Quinn Hughes takes a shot from up top, deflected wide. Kaprizov and Boldy up against the wall. Tries to get it to Hughes, but clears the zone himself. Thank you very much. We will take that. Here comes Boldy. Tries to get it in, but the Avs clear it. Good blue line presence by the defense there. Play off Kiwi right there at the blue line. Good play by Burns at the blue line to keep them from getting the rush in the zone. Zuccarello passes back to Kaprizov. Kaprizov flips it into Hartman. Hartman whips it around the board. Burns gets a stick on it. Not able to clear. Hartman whips it around the boards. And there's O'Connor to get the clear. 50 seconds remaining in the power play for Minnesota. Yeah, I got to give Burns a minute to warm up to this because he's old. 41-year-old man playing 20 minutes of hockey in the playoffs. Yurov down low to Kaprizov. Yurov on the side. Up top is Hughes. Yurov with the one-timer right into the chest of Blackwood with the save. That is Minnesota's first shot on goal since the 6.5-minute mark in the first period. It has been almost a full 20 minutes since their last shot on goal. So there is just a little bit of time left on the power play. 26 seconds. Avs, one clear here could pretty much kill it. Avs win the faceoff. There's Manson behind the net. Flips it up and all the way down. 20 seconds left. 15. You have his fantasy card on your HUD squad. Nice. Penalty is killed. There's Nichushkin. We have a guy out the box. Surprised he didn't go for the outlet pass to Colton. Colton takes the shot, goes a little wide. And it goes all the way around. Taves to collect it in our own zone. Here's Colton on the break pass to the middle. There's MacKinnon. Tries to go to the middle to Nichushkin, but it gets deflected to a Minnesota player. Here comes Boldy on Kulak. Takes a sharp angle shot. Goes a little wide there. Deflected. We got a semi-rush chance there, but a good back checking by the Minnesota player to get the breaking Avs. Who was it? Necas? Yeah. Here comes Makar whipping it around. Middleton flips it over Necas' stick. Batted forward is by McCarron. Here comes Makar and Necas. MacKinnon trying to make it to be the third person there. Necas gets the puck. Makes a semi-reverse hit. MacKinnon down low. Shrugs off a guy. Landeskog in close, but Wallstedt never gave up the post there, so puck is cleared by Minnesota. Burns hounded by Foligno. Kadri flips the puck out. And there's Nichushkin. Had two guys on him, but able to get the zone. Ashawn on the outside. Not able to get a shot off as the Minnesota player is able to get his stick in front. Puck is sent forward by Minnesota behind the net. Whipped around by Blackwood. Sturm centers it. Foligno not able to corral it for a shot. Faber out to Hughes. Hughes spins it around the boards. Avs are kind of caught right now. Here's Necas. Shot. I don't know what's happening. Everyone's on the ground and the puck is outside of the net. Here's Hughes. Save made by Blackwood. Here we go. We got a 2-on-1. Oh, but we were just too tired to keep going. That was the best 5-on-5 chance. Hey, Keegan, what's up? That was the best 5-on-5 chance Minnesota's had this game. Burns gets the puck behind the net. Wheels up the boards. Slap shot from Spurgeon goes wide. Here's Kiviranta to Parker Kelly. Flips it back to Drury. Back forward to Parker Kelly. Nifty little showing there from the fourth line. Drury gets upended at the edge of the boards off of Kelly's foot. Kiviranta gets clocked down. And they are calling Parker Kelly for the cross-check. I read the lips of Parker Kelly as he goes into the bench. He said, "Come on, it's the playoffs." Blackwood had the save, and he got pushed in the pads. I think if that puck would have somehow ended up in the net, it wouldn't have been a big deal. They would have reviewed it and said, yeah, they pushed his pads. It's not a goal. But yeah, while they're going back on the power play yet again, another weak penalty call, in my opinion. Don't love... It's kind of a soft cross-check. Kiviranta was a little off balance. I get it that he fell, but... It is a penalty. It's just I don't love the call. Might have to agree with you there. So the Avs need to be strong at the blue line yet again. Hopefully get maybe a shorthanded chance this time around. Which reminds me, I should probably update the clock on the scoreboard. Thought it was hockey, not basketball. I'm guessing with all the flopping. That's funny. There's 4:21 remaining in the period. Series is frustrating because of how soft the calls are. They have 7-game series on their office card. Yep. I wouldn't be surprised if that's true. But hey, the game is 1-1. Nothing's set in stone yet. Minnesota's on the power play. Shots are 11-4 this period. Scoring chances are 12-1 for the Avs in this period. But Minnesota is on their second power play of the period. Minnesota wins the faceoff. Here's Hughes. Skating along the line. Passes to Zuccarello up top. Back to Hughes. Down to Kaprizov in the corner. To Boldy. Cross to Hughes. Hughes down low to Zuccarello. Good stick by Taves to get in the way. And cleared by Nichushkin. Good defensive play there to block the slot pass. Here comes Minnesota. I don't know entirely if that puck made it across the blue line before getting to Kaprizov, but we'll see if it comes to a review situation. Zuccarello on the outside, up top. Now low to Boldy. Boldy tries to pick the ear hole of Blackwood. It deflects high off the bar. Yeah, Boldy could have gotten that spot right by Blackwood's ear. He would have got it, but off the bar and out of the rink. Minute 7 left in the power play. Boldy sent out of the faceoff circle. Here comes Hartman. As when the faceoff cleared out by Manson, guys are able to get off the ice. 1 minute into the power play. See if that blue line front can stand tall. Hughes skating around everybody. Tries to take a low shot. Puck is lost in front. Rebound in the central. Deflected out of play. There was a wide open slot shot for Kaprizov right there. That was a scary play, but it is deflected out. Defense kind of broke down on the entry there. Manson got crossed up by Hughes. Got his own rebound, centered it. And Kaprizov just flung it out. .47 seconds left in the power play. Kaprizov with the one-timer off the faceoff. Avs are skating down. We got O'Connor down the way with a trailer. Here's Nelson. Short-handed chance is saved by Wallstedt. O'Connor still has the puck. Driving the net. Gets pinned low. They've got a good rush chance is Minnesota. 4-on-3 situation, kind of. Now O'Connor is back. And they clear the puck themselves on a wide shot. About 15 seconds remaining in the power play. Drury pinned a guy against the boards. Faber takes the puck out to Johansson. Pinballs off of a couple Avs players covered by Blackwood. Personally, would have kind of liked to see Blackwood get that behind the net so the Avs could clear it. But 3 seconds left on the power play. This may be a good overtime game if that's the case. I really hope it doesn't go to overtime because I'll be tired, but you know, maybe it can. Maybe the Avs just went out right in the third period. That'd be great. Avs win the faceoff, able to clear it. Pokes it forward to Nichushkin. Nichushkin gets it all the way out. Goes off of Drury's skate. And the Avs are able to get a change, get their offensive guys on the ice. Tarasenko's shot is blocked out and flipped out. Spurgeon down at the back end. Blackwood's looking pretty good, yes. Other than that one goal that went in, and I mean, it was a decent goal. It was a deflection, not really one he could stop too well. Necas brings the puck in, but Blackwood has been pretty solid nonetheless. Minnesota taking the puck up. Flipped around by Boldy. Taze is pinned up against the boards with Middleton and Trennan. Flicks it out of the zone. And Minnesota sends the puck all the way down. No icing called. McCarron takes a shot on net. Oh, and the puck goes off of... Is that MacKinnon? MacKinnon took a puck to the face. And bleeding pretty bad from the nose all over the place. There's blood all over the ice. Which led to an immediate chance by Minnesota, too. Luckily, they did not score. Blood all over his jersey, all over his inside of his visor. MacKinnon is probably done for the period. They'll probably stitch him up. Probably might be a broken nose, might just be a cut, but MacKinnon's probably done for the period. We'll see him with some tape, some bandages in the locker room, as that's where he immediately heads. No time to react. It was a clear attempt from Devon Taze straight into his nose. Yeah, he's back up and skating, so that means he's fine. It just is he's bleeding everywhere. Poor guy's broken his nose more times than I could count. That's some bloody ice. Minute and 7 remaining in the period after that. I don't think it's too much to worry about. I think he'll be back. He's going to be down for a little bit. Makes your nose hurt looking at it. I've bled from my nose before, but I've never broken it. I wonder if he's lost some teeth there. Maybe he got the lower part. Here comes the face-off finally. Minnesota wins the face-off. Faber coming down the left side. Oh, looked like Kadri got hit with the edge of the stick there. Manson does not have a stick. Taze deflects the puck. Out of play. So Manson can get his stick back. Yeah, it's not fun to break your nose, I imagine. No one makes a dog bleed his own blood. Well, you think the Avs are going to come out pissed at Minnesota or Devin Toews because he's the one who did it? Nelson with the face-off. Wins that one. Makar flips it around the boards. Turned over at the red line. Quinn Hughes skating back with the puck. Puck is deflected forward, but Makar gets it. Here's Nichushkin down low to O'Connor. O'Connor and Nelson up against the boards with Faber and Hughes. Puck squirts free, but Boldy recovers. 18.5 seconds left. Hartman drop pass to Kaprizov. Kaprizov tries to go to the forehand there. Not able to get a lot on it. Hughes with a slapper. Saved right into Blackwood. Puck goes wide. Avs clear it. That's the end of the period. A little bit of scariness at the end, but that's the end of the second. Avs won the period. Now they need to go win the third. 1-1 game going into the final period. Give MacKinnon some time to fix his nose and give the team some time to reset. They looked a little softer there 5-on-5 defensively. Minnesota was able to fire off a few shots at the end there. Shots on goal that period were 11-9 for Colorado. Minnesota was shotless until the last about 7.5 minutes of that period. And then they fired off a few of them 5-on-5. But the total summary of the game shows shots on goal are 21-13 for Colorado. Both teams are 2 for 4 on the power play. For some reason, the app is reading both teams as 20 for 40 on the power play. That'd be an odd game, wouldn't it? Penalty minutes are 10-6. Colorado has 10 penalty minutes. Minnesota's actually 1 for 4. Sorry, forgive me for saying they were. Oh, that's face off is 20 for 40. I just can't read. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I can't read. 1 for 2 on the power play for the Avs, 1 for 4 for Minnesota. Hits are 21-20 for the Avs. Avs are still winning that category. Block shots are 14-8 for Minnesota. Avs gain some ground there a little bit. Giveaways are even 8-8, and takeaways are 4-1 for the Avalanche. Avs are leading the game so far in most categories. 5-on-5, they've been really dominant. I know at the end there it was a little bit dicey, but they are looking good. And Nazem Kadri is the one that was able to break the ice on the power play that we didn't get to see. Sorry, I will never get over that. I was absolutely livid that I missed the power play goal because they were showing an interview between Eric Johnson and Quinn Hughes. I don't care. Let me watch the game. I would hear the interview. You don't need to see an interview. Let me hear the interview. That's fine. Angry Nate and Makar equals W. Yes. That'd be a great combination. I'd love to see the players come out angry. MacKinnon ought to be angry just because his nose is possibly broken. ESPN has been annoying. I've heard the audio issues. There's been audio issues. I wouldn't know. I'm not allowed to watch with the audio. Unfortunately, I would love to have the audio on for the stream, but I cannot due to copyright issues. Also, the Avs are mad at the officials yet again because the play where MacKinnon got hit in the face should have likely been called for icing, but it was waved off. So maybe he will be pissed off when he comes back on the ice. I'm gonna save the picture. I have a picture saved of MacKinnon covered in blood. How are we feeling? How are we feeling going into the third period? We won the period, tied it up, got a couple power play chances. We're able to make some power play stops. 20 minutes to decide the game. What are we thinking? Better. Yeah, it has been better. So they're reviewing the Avs' first power play opportunity. Avs' first power play was not bad, just not able to get anything really clean to look at it. Refs make me nervous. Me too. Some penalties should be called some places. Also, for some reason in the hockey studio, one of the guys has a baseball glove. Oh, they're going off about Yakov Trennin's covering the puck with his glove whenever he caught it. That gave us the power play that scored the goal that tied the game. So thank you for catching that puck, Yakov Trennin, former Avalanche player. Blackwood is playing good. He is playing pretty well. Why does what matter now? Sorry, I'm I'm speaking so much that I'm forgetting what I'm saying. Oh, the review. I don't know. They're just gonna talk about it all the time. So, as able to make a comeback to tie the game this period. Good period by the Avs. It was a better period 5-on-5 for Minnesota, despite the fact that it all came in the last 5 minutes. They did end up with more 5-on-5 production than they did in the first. But the Avs, if they lock down this third period, can win this game. They could win it pretty clean and go home with a 3-1 lead. This also could go to overtime, which would be really stressful. But we'll see as we go forward. We need a hero. Cue the music. I need a hero. I'd play the music. It reminds me of which Shrek movie did they play that one in? Shrek 2 or something like that. The Godmother. That's the immediate thought that I got when you said that. By the way, it was a Shrek movie. It shows my age right there. Shows that I don't know what I'm talking about. 10 minutes remaining in intermission. Tina Turner, yep. I'm just a Gen Zer, unfortunately, so my references come other words. Beyond the Thunderdome. So if the Avs win the third period, they can take this game 3-1 back home. Back home, they have been unstoppable so far, 4-0 at home. Hopefully that would clinch the series there, but Avs got to win this one first. I will watch it. I promise. Here, I'll put it in my phone right now, so I'll watch it. Beyond the Thunderdome. Got it. There. It's in my phone. Oh, I personally think this period is going to be a lot of checking and not a lot of shots on goal, which is going to drive me nuts. I think each team's going to get like 7 shots on goal. I almost said the thing. I didn't say it. 7 shots on goal. Not any less. Not anymore. 7 shots on goal from both teams. I think it might be an even period. But I'd love to see the Avs get a 5-on-5 goal. Since they've been dominating 5-on-5, I'd love to see them get the 5-on-5 goal to take the lead. Alrighty, you guys stay put. I will be right back. Before we get started with the third period, make sure y'all get your snacks and do your bathroom breaks now before the period starts and before we may or may not go into overtime later. I'll be right back.
Carolina, the only team who has qualified for the Final Four, waiting on the Buffalo-Montreal winner. Vegas, Anaheim, Game 5 tomorrow, ESPN. We have a huge third period coming up. Don't forget Nathan MacKinnon in the second. He took one right to the schnoz right here. Boy, oh, man, not every You hate to see that. What's your personal best for most in-game stitches you guys received? You know what, I was 10, 15, I punched 8. The team flat a couple times. But no blood. No stitches. How about you, Mess? Double digit. Skate blade just a leg. All right, boys. 5 check time. It's 1-1 out. A very even game. Tilt time is very even. Shots are getting more even. What's going to be the difference in the third? Well, I think for Minnesota, they got to continue to get their third quarter. Check like they did for Colorado. He was already almost 23 minutes there. They got to keep leaning on him, wearing him down. Not an easy thing to do, but they can't catch him. But he's played a lot of minutes. Minnesota got to get this game. Yeah. You need this game today.
Alrighty. Welcome back, everybody. Just waiting the last few minutes before we get into this one. And those of you that are watching the stream, thank you very much for being here. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We love having y'all here. Would love y'all to see more future streams for playoff games, drafts, free agency acquisitions, and everything after that. But love to see y'all come to the channel, subscribe, check out our other content. Me, Mark, and Gavin would love to have you. Thank you very much for watching the stream. We really appreciate it. And I really have a fun time doing this, and I appreciate all y'all being here. Four minutes remaining in intermission. Let me make sure my stream is up to date because ESPN be doing that sometimes. Just refreshing real quick. Let me make sure everything on the stream is set. Latency looks good. If the Avs do score the next goal, who do we think score on it? Give me your predictions in the chat below. I think it's about time we saw a Parker Kelly goal, personally. Who do we think scoring the next goal? Boy, am I glad there's no such thing as shootouts in NHL. Kiwi, my Hut team needs the help. Okay, for your Hut team, I hope Kiviranta does it. Nichushkin, okay. Not a bad one. He does need a goal. I know he just has that. He has the empty netter in game 2, but love to see him get an even strength one. Or even a power play one. He's on that second unit. Possibility there. Let me check how many minutes Ashana has played tonight. I haven't seen him out there a lot, but when he has been out there, it hasn't been that bad, in my opinion. He only has 5 minutes on the ice, which I don't think has been that bad. I know they're kind of using it more as a 5-man rotation than a 6-man. Anyone not in green works for me. I love that type of thinking. So here's our hit leaders on the team right now. We got 3 shots on goal and 3 hits from Ross Colton. Not bad. The penalty is blamed on him for the too many men, but that's not on him. Let's see. 3 shots on goals and 2 hits by Kadri. Pretty good. 3 shots on goals and 2 hits by Nichushkin. So Nichushkin, Colton, Kadri has been a good combination. I think Nichushkin and Kadri are on the third line, and Colton is on that second line. I don't know if he got moved down or not. Judging by the fact that Nichushkin has taken 18 shifts and Colton has taken 11, I would say that Colton has gotten moved back down to that third line. Kadri only with 12. We've also got a pair of hits from Ashawn and Burns as well. Knuckle puck time. Yeah, there you go. All right, third period's getting ready to start here in Minnesota. As they're getting ready to go. Let me turn the heat up a little bit in here. It's getting cold. Here's puck drop. Minnesota's got the puck. Deep in the Minnesota zone. Minnesota is fighting along the wall for it. Minnesota whips it around the boards. Hartman flips it out to Kaprizov all the way down at the end with Makar. Necas recovers after Makar and Kaprizov fight. There's MacKinnon back out there after getting the puck to the nose. So just as I figured, he is back out on the ice. Ironically enough, they're showing the DraftKings over-under for goals in this game at 6.5, which both teams would need to score 2 goals each and then another one on top of that, so 5 total. Choo-choo next, Nelson after. Okay. Love that. Face off in the Avs zone, won by Minnesota. Flick down deep, we got McCarron and Landeskog. Landeskog squirts the puck along the boards, flips it out, and it's going to be iced. 1 minute into the third period. Yep, Nate is back. He looks to be just fine. Probably pissed off, if you figured. But not often is MacKinnon playing a hockey game where he is not pissed off. Quinn Hughes shoots the puck down deep. Makar collects it behind the net, but offsides is called. Landeskog and Makar both take a shot at McCarron up against the glass. They just showed an interesting picture of MacKinnon just stretching his jaw out and his eyes wide open. Looked a little funny to me. Still got some dried blood on his nose. Face off just outside the zone after the offsides. Brent Burns wins it, or not wins it. He gets it after the one face off. Avs send it deep in the zone. Puck is deflected high by Minnesota. Turned over. Not able to find Ross Colton in the slot. Johansson sends it in deep. Puck swatted at by Kulak. And Waugh able to get it out for a little bit of a breakout to Kulak. Wallstedt plays it up against the boards. Waugh down low. Tries to flick it in behind him to Kulak in the slot. Unable to get it as it is taken over by Minnesota. Boldy sends it in deep as the Wild go for a change. Brent Burns to the middle of the ice. Finds Nichushkin. Skates across. Shot by Nelson. Not a bad shot. Deflected off of Wallstedt. Here comes Manson with a shot blocked by Minnesota. Sweeping play as he's falling down is Tarasenko. Trennan is pinned up against the boards. And the puck is sent into the Avs zone. Manson. Fans on the clear attempt. Wraparound chance. Puck is literally everywhere. Can't find out who has it. Shot by McCarron. Puck was all over the place. Couldn't find it. Wasn't able to cover it. And Minnesota has the puck. It did not end up in the net. Thank goodness. But that's all created from Manson. Not able to get a clean shot on the puck. He whiffed. Wraparound chance by McCarron again. Manson clears. Avs are able to get a change. Puck is sent around the boards. Burns pinned or hammered on the boards. Kelly also hit pretty hard. Kiviranta giving chase on Hunt. Harassing him behind the net. Able to get him to lose the puck a little bit, but Sturm takes the puck up ice and shoots it around the boards. It looks like they are calling the puck out of play there on the dump in. Blackwood staying composed in that situation, able to find it. A big block by Ashawn twice. Ashawn able to get in front of the puck twice there. Big plays from the call-up guy from the Eagles. That stressed me out a little bit there. Landeskog finds the puck in the middle, dumps it in deep. Landeskog with the puck behind the net now. Gets it out to the point. Shot from deep. Deflected wide. Minnesota clears. Back to Colorado. Devin Tays with the puck. Passes it forward to MacKinnon. Off the wall. Behind Necas. Turned over by Minnesota. Back to Colorado. As the Avs will regroup back in their own zone. Here comes Makar. Skating straight through. Couple players on the ground. Colton trying to chase the puck in the slot. Not able to get it. Minnesota clears the area, but the Avs recover yet again. Burns with a stretch pass forward. Deflected into the zone. Played by Wallstedt. Out to Quinn Hughes and back behind the Minnesota net. Hunt with the pass forward. Misses everything. Skated forward by Colton. He gets his pocket picked. Waugh gets the puck at some point. Colton behind the net. Back to Waugh. Waugh down in the corner. Makes a good move on Hughes. Goes to the net. Goes for the backhand move. Puck is under Wallstedt's glove. Good chance there by the second/third combined line. Actually, I think Waugh and Colton are on that second line with Nelson. So second line. In the second and third line, I wouldn't even call them the second and third line. I'd call them 2A and 2B because it really depends on how each line is doing to see how many times Bednar runs them out. $15:16 remaining on the clock. Avs win the draw, but Minnesota able to get the puck and send it into the Avs zone. Brent Burns not able to play the puck. Wild are behind the Avs net. Centering pass to the Wild. Shot from the slot by Sturm, and the rebound shot saved by Blackwood. Blackwood playing absolutely huge right there. Absolutely huge saves from Blackwood there. Two wide open slot shots by Nico Sturm right there. Ashawn kind of loses his guy there. And that's Blackwood with no stick as well. What a wild event right there. Good job by Blackwood. Avs have 0 scoring chances this period, while Minnesota has 4. Avs need to get it going just like they were prior to the halfway mark of the second period. McCarron sent out of the draw. Avs win the draw. Sent deep by Tays. Bouncing puck goes over Kiviranta's stick. But the Avs get it after Minnesota turns it over. Here comes Drury. Round the net. Back up to the top. Makar up at the point. Goes for a backdoor cut shot. Had it there, but not able to get enough on it. I believe was Drury. Drury on Trennan. Puck is cleared out of the zone. Manson not able to control it. Avs go for a change as Minnesota regroups. Bogosian skates the puck up and flicks it in. Straight out of the rink. That faceoff is going to come out at the blue line. And ESPN's announcing it, and I'll see you on the next game as well. Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock my time, 6 o'clock if you're in the mountains, so on and so forth if you're everywhere else. I know we've had some people from Germany and a bunch of other places as well tune into the stream. Just keep an eye out. I will be streaming all the postseason games for the rest of the season. Puck behind the net. Necas has it. Pokes it forward to Landeskog. Landeskog finds MacKinnon in the slot. Puck, I don't know if it was tipped by Wallstedt or if it was deflected wide. MacKinnon had what looked to be a pretty decent slot shot. Puck is deflected into the net.
Still 1-1 here early in the third to St. Paul. Cale Makar looks for Drury on the backside. Trennan with the stick lift to deny. Almost 2-1 Avs.
13:43 remaining in the period. We are at commercial break. Well, that's been a stressful 6 minutes and change. Don't you agree? Be watching while I'm at Hot Pot. Nice. Martin Necas has been skating pretty well. Shots on goal at one point in the game were 20-4 in favor of the Avs, are now 23-17. Minnesota has come back with a vengeance in that category. Avs really need to get the offense showing again, get it cycling, start controlling the puck again. Because getting outshot 3-13 for the last period and a change. Not full period, but since the 6-minute mark of the second period is not good.
This Mother's Day, get iPhone 17, iPad, and Apple Watch all on us. No trade-in needed. Rock Friends 513.
Avs are looking okay in the third period. Giving up some chances. Need to really get on one here to wrap it up. Hits have been big this game. Hasn't been really many crushing hits, just been a lot of them.
Eric Johnson, Leah Hextall. McCarron took that butt end of the stick from Manson. Period number 4 through the double.
13 minutes, 43 seconds remaining in the period. Face off at center ice like we're starting the period over again. But here we go. Avs win the face off. Colton sends it in deep. Wallstedt kind of misplayed it there. Puck is sent in front. Deflected off of Wallstedt and out. Not able to get a lot on it. Not enough to get a clear shot. Makar walking the line. Takes a wide shot. Deflected high. Here's Nelson. Nelson takes a shot off of Wallstedt. Rebound picked up by Waugh. Puck sent in deep. Here's Nelson getting it out to Taze. Taze sends it on net. Waugh finds another guy, and the Avs score! Ross Colton finally gets on the board! I have been waiting and waiting for Ross Colton to finally show up. Slot pass from Waugh, or from Taze to Waugh. Waugh sits in the middle, has some time to think, finds Colton at the doorstep, able to deflect one into the net. Avs take the 2-1 lead. There's the 5-on-5 goal we've been looking for. All the hard work has finally showed up. Now the Avs just need to add on to their lead. 13:04 remaining in the third period. Goal buzzer is unfortunately left at my house. I brought it over and I forgot it. I will have the goal buzzer the next time, I promise. I was actually trying to find a non-copyright MP3 I could use. But Avs have taken the 2-1 lead. Just under 13 minutes left. Just need to control the rest of this game offensively and defensively. Hopefully get an insurance play. Misplay by Wallstedt is what started that whole situation. And what I liked seeing the most about it was Nelson actually was able to get a few shots on goal, get his own rebound, big plays from up top. Just a good work from that line altogether. Some players that have needed some much needed love on offense. Nick Waugh has 5 points in this postseason, 3 goals, 2 assists. Avs send the puck in deep. Quinn Hughes gets it, chased by O'Connor. Sent forward is Hartman, but was hit by Kadri. Puck is tried to be flicked in by Kulak, but he is unable to keep it in. Avs give it away so they can make a change. Hughes gets across, gets a little weak shot on net. Kulak behind the net now. Tries to get a stretch pass to Kelly, just a little far. Fourth line on right now for the Avs. Tried to take an off-angle shot off the goalie, and the stream just went black for a second. That was interesting. Middleton to Tarasenko. Tarasenko hits it off of Burns. Burns flips it out. Kiviranta giving chase to Bogosian. Bogosian spins around the net and gets it out. Minnesota sends the puck in deep, and it is icing. 11:35 remaining in the third. Do my best impression of the goal horn. That's the best I can give you. That's the best I can give you. That was already cringy enough as it is, so that's all I'm giving you. The camera zooming in on the Minnesota fans is my favorite thing. MacKinnon takes a shot at it from the point, deflected. Sent back to the Avs. Regrouping in their own zone is Makar, sending it forward to Landeskog, who flips it in. Necas giving chase to Faber. Bumped by Hughes to give Faber a chance to break it out. Good poke by Landeskog. Kind of breaking up that whole breakout. Makar finds Tays, who whips it around. And whipped around again by the Avs. Not enough for an icing. The top line is able to get off and change. I wonder if Kiwi knows about his fantasy card. Well, if he plays it, if he plays the game, he probably has it. Wraparound chance by Minnesota. Goes a little wide. It was a little dangerous there. And they find the trailer on the inside. It's Nico Sturm on the one-timer. Minnesota's able to tie the game 2-2. Someone got beat on the outside, and he had just a streaking chance on a one-timer and beats Blackwood. Quinn Hughes is the one that was... He just backhanded it across to Sturm, right below the right circle, able to get a one-timer goal into the net. Yeah, him and... I can't tell which defenseman that is. Looks like it was Parker Kelly. Got tied up and knocked down, and he gets up faster than Parker Kelly does. Tie game, 2-2. Minnesota just can't let us have some time with the lead, apparently, because they always love scoring right after us. Puck flipped forward. Brent Burns makes a circle move. Up is Logan O'Connor with a chance in the slot off of the mask of Wallstedt. Kulak to the outside. Burns with the one-timer goes wide. Logan O'Connor sends it in low. Kadri has the puck. Sends it to the other corner. O'Connor up top to Burns. Burns with a shot. Deflected in front of Wallstedt. The puck just kind of in front with no one to pick it up, since I can't tell who that was. I think it was Kadri, just went barreling into the net. Nichushkin goes down low, makes a good move. Up against the boards. To the middle of the slot. Here's Makar. Makar skating in. Takes a shot. And it's saved by underneath Wallstedt. Yes, suck, suck, suck.
Gives the Avs a 1-goal lead on the back door. And then at the other end,
So we're going to commercial break yet again. Don't love the turn of events. Minnesota always scores right after we do. 9:37 remaining in the third period. How do we feel? Because I'm kind of at the edge of my seat right now. So that last goal was scored by Nico Sturm. It's his first of the postseason. Assisted from Quinn Hughes and Mark Foligno. Quinn Hughes with his 10th assist of the postseason. 14th point by him. You're annoyed? Yeah, I agree. I'm very annoyed. Always the former Avs. I hate it when they come to bite us in the butt. But it's not like he's a former Av because we didn't want to keep him. He just went somewhere else in free agency. Alrighty, 9:37 remaining in the third. We are back from commercial break. Puck in Minnesota zone. Turned over. MacKinnon hounding Faber. Landeskog to MacKinnon down below the boards. Landeskog beneath the net. Gets it up top to Tays. To Makar. Makar with the shot on net. Gets blocked by Hartman. Makar falls down. Gets it out to Tays. Tays finds Necas on the outside. Shot is blocked and sent out of the zone. Puck is sent high and in. Caught by Wallstedt and sent down for Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes breaks out the play to Zuccarello. Tays sends the puck around to Makar. Makar flicks it over to Necas. Flips it out to Landeskog, and it is slapped around by Drury because it is a hand pass. It's nice when this is the only games because everyone can focus on us and not focus on the East Coast games. Well, not the East Coast games, but Vegas, Anaheim, and then the Buffalo and Canadian series. Puck deflected on net. Drury intercepts the puck from Bogosian. Drury has the puck, finds Parker Kelly in the slot, and he scores! Parker Kelly from the slot from Drury! Parker Kelly finally on the board as his postseason goal. Avs take the lead 3-2, and they answer right back. I've been waiting for it. I've got the Parker Kelly jersey. I'm not wearing it right now, but I love Parker Kelly so much that I got a jersey of him. The 20-goal scorer in the regular season finally knocks one in during the postseason. Looks like it deflected off a Wild player's stick. 8:28 remaining in the third period. Fourth line did a big part. Quinn Hughes just got dumped on the side. It's a last name. I know, but I know people that have the last name Kelly. I ironically know a lady named Kelly Kelly. Shot from the point gets deflected. It goes a little wide. It was deflected by Nelson. That's another thing we're missing from Nelson's game. I know a lot of the reason he doesn't score as much anymore is he's not on that top power play doing deflections in front of the net. Taves with the puck up top, goes for a deflection, bounces just a little bit wide. Manson pinches in deep, gets it around the boards to Kadri. Kadri gets it up top. Nichushkin from the top of the slot, off of Johansson's hands. That got a sting. O'Connor gets it to Kadri around the net again. Kadri tried to pass it up top to Taves, and as soon as they bring the ESPN zone possession timer up, the puck deflects out of the zone. Right, the Avs need to hold and put their foot down. Puck is sent forward to MacKinnon, bouncing on his stick, not able to control it, unfortunately. Almost had a breakaway opportunity. Pinch to the boards is Necas, down to Landeskog. Landeskog loses a bit of it, regains it, gets it back down to Necas. Necas and Spurgeon hit the deck. Minnesota gets it, and they're able to clear. Makar still has it, but it's poked forward to Boldy. Semi 2-on-1 opportunity, but good stick by, it looks like, I can't tell who it is. Landeskog playing soccer, kicking it forward because he has no stick. Boldy gets across the line. Avs catch the puck and try to flick it out the zone, and it does not work. Here's Kiviranta. Takes a shot, saved by Wallstedt, and covered. 6:06 on the clock. Yeah, hold on to your sticks. I'm sick. Avs playoff histories and losing your stick is not a good combination. It drives me nuts. Avs this postseason have 15 goals in the third period, which is the most in the NHL this postseason. A little spin move by Waugh. Didn't know he had that in the bag. Falls down on top of the down Wild player. Nelson below the net. Swings it around to O'Connor, or to Colton. Burns with a shot from the point. O'Connor tries to get his own rebound. Almost had it, but the puck was bouncing on him. Out comes Kaprizov with the puck, skating it up ice. Against Burns and Taves. Kaprizov tried to center, and it kind of got there. They just didn't get enough of it on there. Puck was cleared out of the zone, and they tried to send it back in, but it is a delayed offsides. Avs get the puck down the ice. Minnesota sweeps it around the boards. Avs collect. Manson to Kulak, who sends it in. Foligno to the middle of the ice to Sturm, who had the tying goal to make it 2-2. Avs send it out down low, and they call icing. 4:58 remaining in the third. I need to drink some water. My voice is going away. Whew, I've been waiting for something exciting, and this has been an exciting period. 3-2 lead for the Avs, just less than 5 minutes left. Avs need to hold on. Kadri in the faceoff against Hartman. Kadri wins it. Kulak gets the puck all the way out and dumps it in deep, so the Avs are able to get the change off. Puck deflected in off of an Avs player and flipped back out. Faber back in his own zone. Trying to create a breakout. Here comes Hughes. Passes it forward Deflected into the air and in the crowd.
Kelly scores his first career Stanley Cup playoff goal, and it came at the most important time.
Holding isn't a penalty, apparently. I haven't seen it called once this game, so. Lots of sticks on the ice. Yeah, just... They're getting knocked out of hands. They're getting broken in half. They're all over the place.
Insurance people?
They're more than insurance. You can work with their financial professionals or talk to your own best fit your financial goals. A financial professional. Call that number immediately.
Oh, my heart's racing a little bit here. Woo! Four and a half minutes to see who wins it to this for this one. All right, we got 4.5 minutes left to make a difference. I hope the Avs can hold on, either get the insurance goal on even strength, or once they do pull the goalie, they don't waste any dang time and get that puck in the net.
As a defenseman, he knows Parker Kelly's coming. He wants to take this puck and put it all
Story of this game really has been the 5-on-5 game.
He sees Kelly coming, which makes him toss the puck up. He knows he's going to get hit. The puck lingers around a little bit more. There's another turnover on the wall, and Jack Drury sets up his teammate.
Parker Kelly's goal was absolutely huge. That fourth line has been waiting to get something going. 4:28 remaining on the clock. I think the one biggest thing the Avs need to do here is stay out of the damn box. Because the Avs know how it went 6-on-4 against LA when they pulled the goalie each time. Luckily enough, when it was against LA, it was usually with a 2-goal lead, not a 1-goal lead. Puck sent in by Minnesota, but Minnesota whiffs on it. They retreat to reset again. Boldy to Faber. Faber's pass hits Hartman and goes in behind the net. Chipped around. Right behind the net is Boldy. Boldy tries to send it up top. Shot from the point is deflected out of play. 4 minutes exactly on the clock. 2 minutes till we see a pulled goalie.
Especially at the start of the third period. He's going to get tested late.
4 minutes and every face-off.
This is what the whole game has come down to. The Avs have been struggling. They've been struggling to beat Wallstedt, and they finally found a spot. Now they just need to hold on for this one. Brent Burns, after the one face-off, sends it around, but it is knocked down by Minnesota. Burns is able to send it forward, and the Avs are able to clear. Landeskog sends it in deep and is able to chase inside. Sends it around the boards, and Minnesota recovers. Quinn Hughes finds Faber. Faber sends it forward, deflected in. Burns sends it forward to Landeskog. Landeskog sends it in to the Minnesota side. Kiviranta giving chase. There's Jack Drury against Urov. Drury giving them the business. Puck goes behind Spurgeon. Tried to flick it out. Drury takes a shot on goal from the side. Whips it around. Manson finds Kiviranta down low. Drury pinned up against the wall. Tries to poke it to the center. No one there but the Wild. Passed forward. Minnesota takes a shot. It goes into the corner. 2:54 remaining on the clock. I'm keeping an eye out for the empty net. Puck is chipped forward so the Avs can get their next line on the ice. Puck deep in the Avs zone right now, up against the walls, and it's cleared out. McCarron skating with it with Nichushkin on his tail. McCarron drops it for Quinn Hughes. He's going to leave the ice. Minnesota's line, this line might be on the ice the rest of the game. Puck is deflected at the blue line, sent back out. 2:15 on the clock. As soon as Minnesota gets in the zone, Wallstedt is going to go to the bench. Boldy drops it. Shot! Goes wide of the net. I thought it was in personally, but the shot went wide. I don't know if the goalie's pulled yet or not. Here's Logan O'Connor, pinned against the wall. I don't think he is. O'Connor tries to slap it out. It's still in his legs. And it's gone. And Wallstedt's going now. Puck is sent in deep. No goalie in net for Minnesota. 6 players on the ice for him as well. Brent Burns sends the puck to the point. Not able to clear. Landeskog tries to chip the puck out. Not able to get it out. Puck dropped. Blocked by Taze. Taze is able to clear it. Is it on net? And it's going to go wide. That's going to be an icing. 1:14 on the clock. Dangerous shot that went a little wide off the boards and was right next to Blackwood's pad. He was able to recover. It actually went off of him off the boards. If he was positioned just wrong, he could have put it in his own net. That could have been dangerous. Minute 14 remaining with an empty net. Minnesota looks like they're taking their timeout. 74 seconds remain. Need to get the right guys out on defense, make sure they can clear it. I would love to see someone just absolutely win the face-off and put it straight into the net, and then we could just call this one. For the Avs, let me specify, into the empty net. Timeout is over. Bednar going crazy on the whiteboard, as he always does. All right, the face-off is about to go. Landeskog versus Hartman. Hartman gets sent out. He's complaining. Refusing to leave the face-off circle. Landeskog wins it. Taze tries to send it out. It's deflected. Landeskog gets it up to MacKinnon. MacKinnon is not able to click. Oh, MacKinnon is deflected off of him and out the zone. Minnesota gets it back, though. Quinn Hughes sends it around the board. Blackwood has it in his skates. Gets it to Taze, and it is deflected out of play. 54 seconds left on the clock. Nelson is in for Landeskog to take the face-off. Minnesota wins it. Someone has a broken stick. I think it's a Minnesota Wild player. He went to go get a new one. Shot on goal goes wide. 40 seconds left. Necas able to get the puck out of the zone, finds MacKinnon, finds the empty net, and the Avs make it 4-2 on the empty net. Let's go. Absolutely great third period, second period, third period by the Avs to take the lead 4-2 with 32 seconds remaining. That could pretty much do it here. That was a grimy one by the Avalanche. Absolutely grimy. And there go the Minnesota Wild fans leaving the stadium. You can breathe now? Good for you. Nathan MacKinnon's nose is so bloody he probably can't. How many empty net goals does MacKinnon have this postseason? I think he has 2. I think that's all he has. Because I know Nelson and Nichushkin have 1 each. Puck takes a weird bounce above Blackwood. Puck disappears. Ref can't see it. 17.9 remaining. Goalie is pulled. Gotta beat the Moose traffic, yeah. Well, you gotta... Down there in Minnesota, they probably only have like 4 roads. I'm really proud of how Blackwood came out and played. He may not be putting up like the most stellar like save percentage numbers tonight, but he got the job done. 2 goals is good enough. Did a good job. I think he did a good enough job that he'll get the start in the next game too. And he'll keep getting starts until he has a bad one. Puck is sent down the ice again, and another empty netter. Think that one was Brock Nelson, so that'll make it 5-2. This one's over. I'm going to type out final because that for sure will do it. Well, hey, Parker Kelly and Nelson got on the score sheet today. I'm a happy man. Nelson, yet again, another empty net. I'd love to see him score on a real person for once. But Avs are up 3-1 on the series. Foligno and Kiviranta are fighting. Foligno probably trying to just make something happen. Kiviranta gets knocked down again. Manson and Foligno look like they might go. Holding each other by the collars of their shirts. And they are forced to skate away. Avs win the game 5-2. I was making fun of the over-under post at the beginning of the third period by DraftKings at over-under 6.5. We got over somehow. Avs win 5-2, scoring 4 goals that period. 2 empty netters, of course, but made it 2-1. Wild tied it right after, and then the Avs took the lead on Parker Kelly's game-winning goal. Parker Kelly, my number 1 star. Always has been, always will be. Number 2 and 3 star, I have to give that to MacKinnon's bloody nose and Mackenzie Blackwood. Absolute dominant game 5-on-5. At the end, it got a little dicey there, but Blackwood held it together. Game 5 will be on Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Let's win this series. Give ourselves a break. Vegas and Anaheim got to go 6 games at least. They might go 7. Who knows who we're going to face if we advance to the next round? But I would sure love to have some rest time going into that. We need 1 more win. We are 3-1. That's all we need. Parker Kelly getting interviewed by Leah Hextall after the game. That's his first career playoff goal. Congratulations. I'm stoked. Keep an eye out for the post-game video. I will be putting it up here very shortly. What an absolutely dominant 5-on-5 performance by the team. Winning this game. after they had been down. Wild and 7, you heard it here first. Fight you. Look, you were real confident in the chat earlier. If hey, I'm proud you're keeping that confidence. Go ahead. But Avs got 2 home games remaining. Just need 1 to tuck this series. Game 5 on Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern. Let's close it out. Get some rest time. Let Nathan MacKinnon's nose heal. But most importantly, get Malinsky and Lehkonen back. It is absolutely huge that we got the win tonight without either of them here. And Wedgwood and Blackwood absolutely really happy that they won there. Celebrating together. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Come check out our other videos and come watch my closing post-game. After this, I'll have it up in probably about 45 minutes to an hour. Thank you very much for joining the stream. I appreciate y'all coming and talking with me. I think this is the most fun thing in the world. But thank you very much. I'll see you guys next time.